participants are muted.
Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration expert, a self-esteem development fanatic. And our whole goal here every single morning is to give you the entrepreneurial hacks, cheat codes, tricks of the trade, all kinds of like little clever ways we could put it. But basically, we try and help you go further, faster with less effort. If you're watching a replay, give me a replay gang. And then do me a favor and type in your city. Even if you're watching a replay, you can still share this thing with somebody. But also rep your city. What kind of business do you have, baby? How does it help people? This is like free promotion for you every single morning. And every now and then, what you're going to discover is there's somebody else that's watching that has some kind of hack or synergy, or there's a fusion partnership that you can pursue that's right here in your very same community. We call ourselves millionaires, and we mean it. Ain't that right, Precious? Somebody give me a good morning, millionaire, and let's get Damon. What's up, Damon? Let's go. Alan's in the house. Precious. Let's get it. Let's get it. Okay, we got Memphis, Tennessee in the house. Akron, Ohio is up in this thing. Atlanta. Yeah, Precious, what you got, like 12 food trucks by now? What you got? What you working on, Precious? Yeah, we missed you too. We missed you too. Let's get it. New York City's in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Somebody give me a good morning millionaire and then share this thing. Give me a good morning millionaire and then share this thing. Like I said, we repping our city right now. Also, make sure you like this thing. Make sure you comment. Make sure you let somebody else know you in the house. You know what I mean? My mentor said that I do not have, I don't care enough about likes and all of that. And according to the algorithm, that's really bad. Like, you're supposed to really care about likes and stuff. And I'm going to get into that in a minute, actually. But we're talking this morning about entrepreneurial principles that, are usually overlooked. Because something is real easy to do, that's good and bad. Why? Because if it's easy to do, then usually it's also easy to not do. Ain't that cold? So these 10 principles I'm going to give you, they go a little bit further than work hard, play hard. There's no single rule that I'm about to give you that's going to be the be all, end all. But what I suggest you do is kind of like look for one that you can apply. It ain't just simply work smart instead of working hard and all these other cliches and t-shirts and bumper stickers. Bottom line is success has different meanings for different people, right? And when you think about it in that way, it makes perfect sense that everybody's taking their own path to success. With that said, though, there's certain frameworks. There's certain things that everybody need to follow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over 10 things that make it easier for anybody. Appreciate that, Jamal. Let's go, baby. Jamal made it in this morning. He in the middle of a detox. Everybody give it up for my man, Molly Mall. He like 9 pounds down. He marching towards the promised land. Ain't that right, Nariah? Yahura made it in. My man Spoon. Made it in. My man Pio is up in this thing. That means the United Kingdom is in this thing. What's up, Mama Mahassan? Let's go. Miss Diane Brown is up in here. Let's get it. Morose made it in. All right. Enough of the shout outs. So we talking about is 10 different kind of tips and tricks that you can use that'll allow you to create more magic. These are simple, but they're effective. Y'all ready? Let's go. Because I got 10 of them to get through. We don't have a lot of time. All right, here we go. Here's the first one. How I put up number 6, and I'm talking about this the first one. I'm tripping. Somebody be like, there's riches in niches. Somebody give me that. There's riches in niches. That's the first principle I got for you. There's riches in the niches. You guys know how to spell niche? Some of y'all like, nah, and it shows. No, I'm just playing. But there's riches in niches. Check this out, y'all. I tell people this all the time. I don't care what kind of business you have. This is a good one for you to write in your notes. This is a good one for you to take serious on your entrepreneur journey. When you say your product or service is for everybody, you create resistance. When you say your product or service is just for certain people, you create magnetism, because now even the people that it ain't for want to reach for it. They're like, dang, I want to be in that number when the Saints go. You know what I mean? They want to be in that number. When you say it's for everybody, you create resistance. When you say it's only for certain people, you create attraction. You create magnetism. Somebody say there's riches in niches. There's riches in niches, y'all. The market is super volatile. Matter of fact, when you join the Kaizen Academy, I always make you take this revenue acceleration course, because at the end of the day, most people don't know anything about marketing. Like think about it. Your grandma don't know how to run a restaurant just because your grandma know how to cook. You get what I mean? You get what I'm saying? That don't mean your grandma know how to pick a restaurant location, design an executive menu, hire an executive chef. She don't know how to train a maitre d' and right? Just because you love what it is you do does not mean you know how to run a business. The reason we created the Kaizen Academy is to save the entrepreneur. We starting off a year, right? And I want to tell you, if you're ready to push the reset button on your business, one of the first things you need to look at is your niche. And I always say a niche is not a product or service. A niche is a kind of person. I dare you decide right now, today, this week, that you're going to pick out exactly who you want to target. Not which of the products and services you offer you want to target, but what kind of person you want to target, what kind of problem you want to solve for this kind of person. And a lot of times it's somebody that you have been or that you are. You know, a lot of times, if you want to help truck drivers, it's because you've been around a bunch of truck drivers and you know the truck driver lifestyle. Or if you want to help CNAs, a lot of times it's because you were a CNA. Or if you want to help single mothers, a lot of times it's because you were a single mother. If you want to help married mothers, then a lot of times it's because you are a married mother. What I'm saying is you need to make sure that you know the market. You need to make sure you know the market's problems, and you need to understand what you're bringing that's brand new to the market. Somebody say there's riches and niches and give me a share. There's riches and niches and then give me a share. Yeah, P.O. Yeah, P.O. If you shrink the amount of people that you're aiming it at, it makes everybody say, oh, I want some. But if you say it's for everybody, they're like, man, go on without me. Get someone else to do it. You get what I'm saying to you? All right, here's number 2. Here's the second principle that's easily overlooked, super overlooked. Appreciate that share, Morose. Appreciate that share. What's up, Samaya? Did you share this yet, Samaya? Miss Kareem made it in. I feel special now. Here's the second one, y'all. Stay focused on the vision. Stay focused on the vision. We say that sight is something you do with your eyes, but vision is something that you do with your heart, right? We say a vision is when you combine a what with a why, right? That equals your vision. What it is you want to do and why you want to do it. It's much bigger than just something you can see with your eyes. Check it out. Millionaires, success don't come easy. And at some point, you might even get what you want. But what you want to remember is that sustaining success is way harder than obtaining or attaining success. It's the sustenance. It's the maintenance that you want to focus on. And a lot of businesses in today's days and times, they go out of business because they lose these principles in their head, right? They lose their vision. So no matter what it is that you're doing, you cannot stray from your vision, because your vision is what inspired you to get started in the first place. And your vision is what's going to keep you going, yea, though you walk through the valley. You get what I mean? Because like I tell anybody, whenever you're on the top of a mountain and you're looking at another goal you want to accomplish, another mountaintop, what's standing in between this mountaintop and that mountaintop is a valley. It's a valley. And if you don't have that vision, you're never going to make it through the valley. Does that make sense? Somebody say it's vision that gets you through the valley. It's vision that gets you through the valley. Man, yesterday, me and my business partner were talking, and Jasmine, me and one of my business partners was kicking it, right? And I was telling them that, like, man, I wish we could just fast forward to and he was like, yeah, check this out though. Whenever I say to myself, yeah, what's up, Bobby? Whenever I say to myself, I want to fast forward, he was like, what I really need to do is rewind. I was like, ooh. He was like, because when you rewind and you start to really pay attention to how far you've come, you all of a sudden are grateful for this moment you got. And I don't care what you're talking about. Here's an example many of us can relate to. Let's take high school. Tell me I'm lying. The journey is much, much better in your memory than even the graduation. Tell me if I'm wrong, but the journey, even though it was hell for some of us, right? Even though it probably wasn't the most fun in certain things, you had term papers to do, and you're trying to fight to get a scholarship for college or whatever's going on, right? But check it out. When you look back on it, even those tumultuous times are the absolute best memories, right? That's what you got to remember when you're going through it. Vision gets you through the valley. And it's so hard to forget that you're in the best days of your life while you're going through it. You will look back on these times and cherish them, especially if you're going through a little adversity this morning. You hear what I'm saying to you? Check it out, y'all. Good, bad times always create the best stories. Somebody give me that. Bad times always create the best stories. Bad times always create the best stories. Somebody give me that and then give me a share if you believe that. Yeah, it's vision that gets you through the valley. And bad times create the best stories. Bad times create the best stories, Andrea. Did y'all feel me on that? Yeah, it's vision that gets you through the valley. You share this thing, P.O. That's a good quote to share. You should type that in and then share this on your timeline. It's vision that gets you through the valley. Here's the third one I got for you. Overlook principles. This one's more tactical rather than strategic. This one's an actual to-do list. Embrace technology to the fullest. That's number 3 I got for you. Embrace technology through some of us, man, you can really take this Henry Ford quote to heart. Henry Ford was like, as long as you're learning, you're young. Once you stop learning, you're old. That's how you tell if somebody's young or old. If you keep on learning, then you're young. You got me? And if you stop learning, then you're old. Does that make sense? Yeah, appreciate that, Damon. Appreciate that, brother. And I just want you to understand that one of the things that you need to be learning is technology. It's not an option. I don't care what kind of niche you're into. I don't care what kind of market sector you're into. If you want to establish a good network, if you want to automate your operations, if you want money while you sleep, then what you want to do is take advantage of technology. And I don't just mean CRMs and ERPs and paying attention to your LTV and all. I'm talking about TikTok. I mean, damn. I'm talking about your Instagram page. Does your IG make you look like an expert at something? Does your IG, somebody type that in the comments. Does my Instagram make me look like an authority on some subject? Do I look like a master of some subject? And it's something I'm even about to take to heart because my Instagram looks kind of like a hodgepodge of my random thoughts, you know? But now I'm about to have a virtual assistant go through there, archive all those posts because I got thousands of posts up there. This is my Instagram if y'all want to see how it looks. This is still the before picture. The last video I did went viral. That joint probably had 200,000 views when I was talking about Takeoff. May he rest in power, right? Check out my Instagram. You're going to see what I mean. And then you're going to see as I transform that joint. My Instagram is Mr. Haziq Ali. You know, but I have another Instagram that kind of like is more like I'm looking more like an expert. That will have videos go viral all the time until they shadow ban me. That's this joint called You Can't Be Woke and Broke. But if you go to Mr. Haziq Ali, you're going to see it's some power here. It's an announcement there. It's a notification there. But I'm not using my Instagram to look like an authority. Watch this. Y'all about to see the whole thing transform. But that's what I want you to ask yourself. That's what I want you to ask yourself. Does my Instagram make me look like an expert on something, Joel? Does my Instagram make me look like an expert on something? Do I look like an authority on something? You got to embrace technology to the fullest. Here's the fourth one I got for you. Hire and retain and recruit the right people. Somebody say recruit the right people and then give me a share. Recruit the right people and then give me a share. What do I mean by that? Teamwork makes the dream work, y'all. And running a business is going to require a team, because there's a reason that big old book about entrepreneurship is really a bunch of networking advice. And I'm talking about the Bible, the Quran, I don't care what religious text you read. It's really a bunch of networking advice. You ever notice that? What is that telling you? What is that telling you? What we know is if you can do it by yourself, you probably ain't doing too much. You need qualified, trustworthy, efficient people who can deliver results. You need supportive, encouraging, nourishing people that keep your mindset in the right place, right? And the problem with a lot of modern businesses, y'all, is that they find the people, but they don't retain them. We were using a temp agency, and sometimes the temp worker would just quit out the blue. I'm like, we're going to stop using you if you don't start doing some kind of exit interview. Don't be just calling like, oh, she's not coming in. Like, what the hell? Give us something. Give us some news we can use. You see what I mean? Why? Because we know there are competitors out there that are looking for the same good people we're looking for. And check it out. That don't just mean they're competitors in our niche. Depending on what you're talking about, you got competition from some job in their neighborhood, just like you got competition from, do they just want to go back to school instead and get a third degree? You get what I'm saying, do you? So you need to be focused on your retention. That's a whole different thing about retention of employees versus retention of customers, but they're both important, and I could do a whole training on either one. But I just want you to think about that. What can you do to make sure that you are recruiting and retaining the right people? Hey, this is important. I don't mind going back to that. Does my Instagram make me look like an expert? But yeah, now we're on recruit and retain the right people. Recruit and retain. So here's the fifth one. Have clear communication with your customers. Have clear communication with your customers. I don't know how many of y'all know about Tupperware, right? But you know, when Tupperware came out, it almost failed, right? But what the inventors of Tupperware realized is that, nobody knows how to use this stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, that's where the Tupperware party was born, where people would go around and literally have these little home parties where they can demonstrate how the Tupperware works. And then, of course, after that, sales shot through the roof. But what am I saying? I'm saying you got to have clear communication with your customer. Your customers are one of the lifelines to your business. When that success journey gets kicking, a lot of times you're real careful about handling and dealing with your people, right? You arranging one-on-one calls, personalized emails. But once the business starts gathering momentum, it's like the customers take a back seat. That's a blunder. Man, take it from a vet. That's a rookie-ass mistake. Excuse my language. What I'm saying is you got too much competition out there, and it's all about your reputation. What you need to know is that the second principle of revenue acceleration, y'all know I got 3 different R's. We got recruitment, we got referrals, and we got retention. Well, that during unit of a business, we always refer to as the referral unit, right? That's the second R in my revenue acceleration system, right? But check it out. What do I always tell you about referrals? Why do people give referrals? They don't give referrals because they like you. They don't give referrals because they want to support your business. They give referrals because they want to feel superior to their friends. That's why they give referrals, right? So your whole job is making sure that you not just cradle your customer while you're trying to get them to spend some money. You don't just cradle your customer while they're spending some money. You also want to cradle your customer after they've already paid you, because it's the one that continues to give good service after they've been paid that's going to retain that customer. You get what I mean? I hope I'm making sense to somebody out there. Here's number 6. You got to understand how to start filtering information. You got to understand how to filter information. Somebody say, filter information, filter information. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Recruit is the before unit, referral is the during unit, and retention is the after unit. And we explain all of that in that revenue acceleration class that you get no matter what level of the Kaizen Academy you come in on. It's a powerful concept, and it'll change the way you deal with your clientele. It'll change the kind of ideas you choose to apply. Right now, you don't have the right strategy, so of course you don't come up with the right tactics. But once you change around your philosophy about how you're looking at your business, all of a sudden you're gonna get all kinds of ideas. I promise you. All right. But the reason I say filter information is because a lot of people suffer today from information overload. Thanks to the internet, if you have a curious mind, you can find tons of information on any topic that you can imagine. But that's dangerous because we're drowning in information and starving for knowledge. You get what I mean? You got a lot of pretenders. You got a lot of charlatans. You got a lot of con artists. I've had person after person tell me that the information that we give in the Kaizen Academy for that little $40 a month, for that little $90 is way better than their MBA program was, and definitely better than any of these other masterminds that they've joined or been a part of. What I'm telling you is a lot of that has to do with the fact that we filter information. And even when you're in there, I still want you to filter information. Maybe you don't need to take a class on emotional intelligence right now. Maybe you need the class on how to create more sales triggers in your business, right? Well, then that's the one you need to focus on. Millionaires, it's all about filtering information. It's crucial because that's how you're easily going to apply a business tactic. And we can turn this from information. We can turn this from information to application. You got what I mean? Is this making sense, y'all? Here's number 7, prepare for adversity. I'm not a big fan of people getting scared, but I am a big fan of people getting prepared. It's so funny to me. You see all these Instagram posts where they're like, a recession's coming. Don't buy anything. Fool, don't you know not buying anything is what causes a recession? But with that said, you need to prepare for adversity. If COVID taught us anything, is that we have to reduce a lot of things like from carbon footprint, because that's destroying nature, to your consumption. Write this down in your comments, y'all. Whenever you create, you become more powerful. Whenever you consume, you make somebody else more powerful. You got what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is you want to prepare for adversity, because adversity is why you're in business. You're in business to solve problems for people. But check it out. If you're going to continue in business, you're going to have to get into a mindset that I'm here to solve problems for this business, right? The business is solving the problems for the client, but you're solving problems for the business, right? Am I making sense to you? There's no telling what might come around the corner tomorrow. But like John Wooden said, the will to win is really the will to prepare. A wise businessman, a wise businesswoman is always taking measures to safeguard their business from any of these adverse situations. All right, here's number 8. Take a break. Take a break sometimes. Take a break. When we studied accelerated learning, that was one of the biggest epiphanies for me. The fact that it turns out you're not supposed to just study nonstop. That ain't how your brain works. You should be breathing in some information and then taking a minute to exhale and let it marinate. Sometimes when you have a really, really rough problem, you want to do what Thomas Edison did. You want to put it in your mind and then you want to go to sleep, Or what you can do is just sit in silence for 30 to 60 minutes. Sit in silence. A lot of times people don't realize it, but if you shake up a bunch of dishwashing liquid and you let it just sit there in the cup and whatnot, eventually those suds are going to disappear and the water's going to go clear. Well, that's just like your mind. If you let your mind sit for 30 to 60 minutes, sometimes it can go clear and answers are just going to start coming to you. I ain't talking about meditation right now. I'm talking about just sit there and stare at a candle, or sit there and stare at your favorite picture. But put the phone in a whole nother room. Put the laptop in a whole nother room. So you ain't hearing bing and, and all of these, right? And you able take a break. All work and no play is going to just stress you out, right? You here with all this stress on you, when what you need is a head full of your dreams. You need a head full of your undeterred devotion to your vision. You hear me? You need a head full of dedication. So how you going to keep it there? You need a break every now and then, right? So you can keep the ideas flowing. Work is important, but a lot of times Too much work will consume our health, consume our mind, consume our souls. If we don't allow ourselves to rest, millionaires, then eventually we begin to erode our mental capacity. We begin to erode our physical energy. So what you got to do is plan your pleasure. Somebody type that in the comments. Plan your pleasure. Why? Because the pain schedules itself. The pain is on schedule. So you got to plan your pleasure. You get what I mean? Plan a vacation every 3 months so you can rejuvenate your health, replenish your soul, so you can refill your mind with more refreshing ideas. And that's not to say that you need to always be on a vacation, because sometimes it be smelling like escapism. What you want to do is create a life you ain't got the vacation from all the time. You hear me? So we're not talking about these people you see in the club every weekend, getting faded. It's like, what are you celebrating, dog? But somebody say, plan your pleasure, because pain schedules itself. Pain schedules itself. Pain schedules itself. Can somebody put that in and then give me a share? This is important. This is important. Plan your pleasure, because pain schedules itself. All right. Here's number 9. Right? That's a good one to type in and then share it with one of your Facebook groups, etc. Here's number 9. This is the Overlook principle. Y'all ready? Go tech-free once a week. Maybe your tech-free day is going to be on the weekend. If you're really wealthy, you can do like Corday, this rapper named Corday, or you can do like Kanye West and just get rid of all your technology. Just get rid of it all. Because a lot of times our day starts with looking at the cell phone. We scrolling on Instagram before we even know if our legs work. You don't even know if you're going to get out the bed and just fall on the ground. You don't even know if your legs work, dog. And you already checking your emails. You already going over tweets. You get what I'm saying? What if you pick one day and you break that pattern, right? Because your day starts with looking at the cell phone and ends with you making sure your alarm is set for the next day. And in between that, it's constant phone calls, constant text messages, social networking, online shopping. Am I right? You chatting, you getting notifications. It goes on and on and on and on and on. You know how you dominate? You go tech-free once a week. You know how much further you're going to get than the people around you when you're actually taking some time to read, or you're taking some time to think. People always think of hard work as the kind that makes you sweat. Sometimes the hardest work is just coming up with a real good strategy. And a lot of times you can focus a lot easier if you ain't constantly got gadgets going off. You ain't constantly got social media pings happening. Spend time with your family and friends, right? Plan an office party. Plan a moment where y'all gonna get together and go take care of the less fortunate. Do anything, but stay away from the gadgets once a week. Y'all like, it sounds good. A bunch of y'all didn't even type that one in. Y'all ain't like that one, did y'all? Yeah, Andrea, go tech-free once a week. Right? Yeah, go tech-free once a week. Y'all ain't even like that one. Here's the last one I got for you. And it's affirmation time. So y'all can call in right now if you want. It's affirmation time. This is the last one I'm going to give you. Also, this is your invitation to join the Kaizen Academy. If you've been looking for a sign, this is it. Come on and join the Kaizen Academy. We have some incredible moments planned for you this upcoming year. And entrepreneurs need a school too, and this is in a live organic school. This ain't something with just a bunch of recordings and it's no soul to it. We're right there with you every step of the way. So come on and join the academy. All right. Here's the last one I got for you, y'all. Learn to break big goals into really small tasks. I know a bunch of us got finished setting up our resolutions recently. And if you haven't, it ain't too late. You get this whole month, You get the whole first 90 days if you want. Nobody can make you do it no sooner, or nobody can tell you you're wrong for taking longer. But here's what I know. I know that when you know what you aim at, it determines what you can see. All right? But a lot of times what it is we either set goals that are too small, or we set goals that are so big that we feel overwhelmed. Here's how you conquer that. You break them into much smaller tasks. When you're driving a car, you can say, oh, first I put the key in. Well, we don't even do that no more. First, I push the button and turn it on. First, I put my foot on the brake. Then I push the button. Then I'll check my mirrors. I back out the garage, right? Then I make my right turn signal. Then I go to the store. Or we can say I drove to the store. You see what we do? A lot of times we combine all of these activities into one thing. And that's good when it's some menial task. But check this out. When you're looking at a real big goal, you want to do the opposite. You want to take that real big goal and be like, first, I'm going to step on the brake and start the car. You get what I'm saying? Everybody wants to achieve more in less time. We ain't weird for that. Everybody wants to go further, faster, with less effort. That don't make you weird. And everybody that's an entrepreneur worth their salt is trying to set really huge goals. But remember these words, I think it was Denzel Washington, right? Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. Millionaires, this is another big reason why momentum is so powerful. Instead of setting these unrealistic goals and just being like, I'm going to go from 0 to 1,000, what we're saying is put one foot in front of the other one, put one foot in front of the other one, put one foot in front of the other one, until finally, millionaire, you look back and say, whoa, right? A lot of times we don't recognize the magic in that first step. We don't recognize the magic in that ability to stay consistent while everybody else around us is quitting. If it was easy, then everybody would have it, y'all. So, good, Chelsea. I'm glad you made it in, Queen. Scale of 1 to 10, how did that feel? Was that good? Was that good? Was that helpful? I like that, P.O. It's not about resolutions. It's about resolving to become better. So basically what the homie is saying is it's not about resolution. It's about revolution. You know, it's about overthrowing the current dictator who's running your life, who looks like you. You can find him in the mirror. You can find her in the mirror. You hear what I'm saying to you? All right, so if this felt good to you, give us a share real quick. Give us a share, Morose. Give us a share, Alan. Share this with somebody. And then what I dare you do is take your biggest takeaway, put it on your timeline, and tag Millionaire Minded. Take your biggest takeaway from this morning, put it on your timeline, and tag Millionaire Minded. We about to go do our affirmations. Repeat after me, millionaires. Say it like you mean it. We went like 2 minutes over time today, but we'll be all right. We're going to get these affirmations done and then get to this day. We're going to conquer this day. You feel me? All right, let's go. Repeat after me. Say it like you mean it. I am. Those are like the two most powerful yet shortest words in the whole English language. I am. Somebody type that in the comments. I am. I am. And then we do it like this. I am so happy and grateful that money